Yo, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? Yeah, don't adjust your TV sets. That's a cat on your screen right there. That's Schroeder Skywalker. I'm Gabriel Skywalker here from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with a 15-game main slate. Schroeder's on a high right now because he went 2 out of 3 out of his home run calls last night. If you guys missed it, you missed a great show. I had the wrong date down. I was wondering why I had my lowest views I've ever had since I started doing these videos. 250 views. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? 200, that's pathetic, you guys. 250 views. Man, that makes it hard to get up to do these things. But if you guys are viewing right now, thank you so much. And if you're returning, thank you so much, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. And without further ado, guys, let's start the freaking show. All right, guys, so hopefully I put the right date down on this video, and hopefully we get more views on here. My goodness. How about the Warriors, huh? We're up 3-2, heading back to Boston. Had a pretty good night. MLB, 1 GPP cash from DraftKings, 1 GPP cash from FanDuel. Not a big night by any means. My NBA FanDuel, I won a little bit. DraftKings, I missed. So Mondays, it was a case of the Mondays. It is what it was, guys. So yeah, check it out. Let's bring up Draft Dashboard. Let's just get right into this, guys. $1 for 30 days for this exact tool that you see right here. This is Draft Dashboard. $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below. You yourself can have Draft Dashboard, guys. If you have any questions regarding Draft Dashboard or a membership to the DFS Club, which we'll get into later, email me, skywalkerdfs@gmail.com, and I will definitely get back to you. And yeah, guys, so let's get into this. We have a freaking 15-game slate, guys. So this is a slate so huge. Maybe if I'll look at the time, we'll go over the totals and the weather and all that stuff. But I'm trying to keep this one under 30 minutes. So we'll start off a pitcher. So we got Garrett Cole on the mound at 10.5K, coming off a game where he got annihilated, got a -9, pitched 2 innings. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. He gets the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, who right now are not too cold. They're actually doing pretty good. So his history against them is kind of hit or miss because there's one particular batter, and if you guys have been watching my videos on Tampa Bay, that owns him. So, but we'll get to him when we get to him. But yeah, Garrett Cole's in play at 10-5. We got Max Fried, Atlanta and Washington. This game should be high scoring. If Fried can keep it low scoring, 10.1K, kind of hard to get to. Washington's on fire. I mean, when I look at this weather here, we're looking at 77 degrees, so not as hot today. 6-mile-an-hour winds blowing in. I'd say I'd favor the pitcher in this matchup. I'd say I'd do that. Let me pull this up here. I'm just looking at something. Yeah. So Max Fried's okay, but Washington's been really hot lately, so kind of on the fence about that one. And then we got the most interesting spot, I think, on the slate here. Shane Bieber at 9.7K. It's in Coors Field, guys. I'll tell you right now. Let me look it up here. So Coors Field, we're looking at a warm day. We're looking at 86 degrees. Winds are blowing in at 7 miles an hour, but, I mean, that's not a lot of wind, let's face it. So Shane Bieber at Coors Field, 9.7K. A lot of people are going to be iffy about this. I think you take a shot here, guys. Last game, he pitched 4 innings because there was a rain out. It was a rain delay, and he never came back in. And still got 20 DraftKings points. Bieber's been on fire lately. It's just the Coors Field thing, right? So I say you take a shot, depending on what his ownership is. I mean, if he's super low owned tomorrow, guys, on a 15-game slate, even if he's less than 10%, I'm going to take shots here. You got Tony Gonsolin at 9.5 and a way better matchup, though. The Angels strike out so much. I think they strike out the most out of anybody in the major leagues right now. Tony Gonsolin's 9.5. Don't give this man a reason. All 20s. The most consistent pitcher in the big leagues right now. 23, 26, 25, 23, 25 in his last 5. Last 2 against the Angels, not so great, 11 and 17, but I don't even know when those were. So, yeah, 9.5K. Do we take a shot with Bieber and Gosselin, or do we just play both of them? You know what I mean? And fade these 2 guys on top. That's a possibility. I was looking at Nick Pivetta, too. 8.9K. He gets Oakland again. He just pitched against them. 31 fantasy points. 37 last 2 against Oakland, guys. 8.9K. Love Nick Pivetta tomorrow. I believe they are back in Boston. Just let me double check this because I know the A's aren't going to be home for a while because I was looking for A's tickets. I was like, oh, okay. They'll be on the road for a minute. Yeah, so it's going to be clear, 76 degrees in Boston. Winds blowing in at 7 from left field. So, yeah, I love Nick Pivetta here at home at 8.9K. 20, 31, 21, 17, 40 in his last 5. And again, 31 and 37 against Oakland. I'm sure he will be popular. You got Dylan Cease at 8.8K. This guy's a strikeout machine. He does give up home runs. He does give up a lot of hard contact. Let's take a look at this game here. So Detroit, 79 degrees. Winds blowing in at 8 miles an hour. So it really doesn't make a difference. Typical summer weather in Detroit. Yeah, so just expect him to give up runs. He's only pitched 5 innings in his last 2 games. So we know on FanDuel we want that quality start bonus. But then 3 games ago, he pitched 7 innings. So it just depends on how he's doing, right? If he's getting lit up, the manager will pull him. But he does get the strikeouts and makes up for those runs that he gives up. So it's a great matchup against Detroit. Look at this history against Detroit, guys. 26, 13, which is what we don't want. 22, 36, 36. So do we necessarily need to pay up a pitcher today? I think we don't, guys. I really don't think so. Pivetta, Dylan Cease, these guys look great. We got a GPP play here of Chris Bassetthound. I love the price tag we're getting today at 8.2K. Going up against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, depending on, on paper, they have a very dangerous lineup. Just what they're actually doing hasn't been very dangerous. Let's take a look at this game here. So let me pull up the weather here. Milwaukee and the Mets. So 81 degrees in New York. 4-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, but 4-mile-an-hour winds. Who cares, right? 8.2K. What's his history against Milwaukee? At 23 last time against them. So 8.2 is kind of cheap. Kind of too cheap for Chris Bassett. And then we got a really, really, really too cheap pitcher here. Tyler Darth Maul is what I call him. 7.5K for Cincinnati. 7.5. Going up against Arizona. 28, 30, 19 in his last 3 against them. 28, 14, 28, -2, 18. This dude's an ace. So you're getting a good price here at 7.5. Going up against Arizona, who will be at home. But, 7.5. My goodness, that's way too cheap. He's $1,100 more on FanDuel. Love me some Tyler Darth Maul here. And that's about it. Since it's such a big slate, I'm not going to go over every pitcher, but I'm just going to highlight the ones that I really like. And then catchers. So Wrigley, we're going to have to watch out for this game. So the night before, as said, winds were blowing out. Then by the time game time hit, there was a long delay. There was actually a tornado warning and this and that, and winds were just swirling. So this game is projected to have winds blowing out again. But we'll see tomorrow what happens. 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to center field, 90 degrees. So if that stays, if that holds up, or if the winds even start blowing out even more, I don't know what I like that Wrigley Field game a little bit more than that Colorado Rockies game. Whenever the winds are blowing out in Wrigley, guys, it's magical for batters. 4.5K Wilson Contreras would definitely be in play. Omar Narvaez, 3.5K. If he starts, he's 5 for 7 against Bassett, but all singles. But he's only 3.5K. So, and then first base. So first base, we got surging Rhys Hoskins here. He's still only 4.2K. He's 5 for 11 against Rogers with two home runs, 1 single, 1 double, and he crushes lefties, guys. Rhys Hoskins owns Rogers. Again, 11 at-bats, two dingers. I like that. And then I like this St. Louis-Pittsburgh game. Again, I went over at today's members only podcast for the club. I was all over Pittsburgh today. I said no one's going to be on them. They put up 5 runs, which isn't bad. St. Louis was looking kind of grim, and then they came through at the end. Again, we're having a 96-degree day in this game. 96 degrees. Winds are blowing out at 10 miles an hour to left field. Lots of different ways to go here on a 15-game slate. So I think St. Louis stack looks good again. Give me some Juan Yepes at 3.7. St. Louis is not that expensive. You got Paul Goldschmidt, who is expensive, 5.7K. He had a home run. 3 for 12 lifetime against Wilson. He normally does better against lefties, but we'll see how long this pitcher stays in the game. That's the key for me, because then a lefty can come in, and then Goldschmidt's looking at a good scenario. Vladimir Guerrero got another home run today. He's 5.4K. It was a great day if you stack Toronto. They are expensive. But again, the bottom of the order guys like Calvin Biggio had a great day today. So you want to go back there? Sure. 1 for 2 against Lyles with a home run. So he's faced him twice. He's hit a home run 50% of the time, guys. So love Vladimir Guerrero at 5.4. I think he's underpriced here. I think he should be about 6K. Freddie the Freak Freeman, Dodgers, 5.1K. What's the weather like here? Let me see. So we're looking at the late night hammer. So it's LA. So typical 78 degrees. There's no rain so far the night before. No rain in the forecast. So it looks like all games should be good to go. But against Noah Syndergaard, he's been pretty good. Batting .435 and 23 plate appearances, 5 singles, 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Yeah, give me Freddie the Freak Freeman at 5.1. Josh Naylor. So Coors Field game. Cleveland looks great. They didn't price him up either for Coors Field. Josh Naylor, 4.5K, and he goes up against a righty. Sign me up, man. 0 for 3 against Senazella, but man, he's having a different season this year. So look, I love Josh Naylor. I love this Cleveland offense today. Here's the man of the hour right here. So pay attention, guys. Pay attention. I'm giving the info away today. 3.7K, G-Man Choi. If you guys have been watching my videos, you already know this man owns Garrett Cole. 8 for 16, 500 batting average, 16 at-bats, 3 home runs, 2 singles, 3 doubles. I love playing G-Man Choi against Garrett Cole, guys. I've been doing it the last, 2-3 years. It's been working out great. So you'll get him at super low ownership. He's only 3.7. Gotta love that, guys. Calvin Biggio, 2.5K, still underpriced. Since he's been called up from the minors, he got sent down to the minors because he's been terrible. Kind of give him a wake-up call. He's back in the majors, and he's been tearing it up. So 14, 12 in his last 2. Again, he's only 2.5K. Love Calvin Biggio here. And then if the winds are going to blow out in Wrigley, you're going to want some of this San Diego-Chicago Cubs game. Luke Voigt's only 3.4K. I would pick up just the power hitters here for San Diego. So Luke Voigt at 3.4. If the winds are going to be blowing out, sign me up. He should be able to get a hold of one. And then Jesus Aguilar is only 2.2 for some reason. I don't know. I think it's way underpriced. He's top 5 in this Miami lineup, who's actually, they're pretty good right now. Let's face it. He's 7 for 15, too, against Eflin. 467 batting average. So I know he's only first base eligible. It's kind of hard to give up that first baseman spot to Jesus Aguilar, but 2.2K is just too cheap. All right, let's go to second base. So Nolan Gorman, 3.8K. I mean, this kid, he's going up against a righty. That I like. But show us something, man. But he's only 3.8. He bats normally second. So I like him. Hot weather game. Same with Brandon Donovan. He got a hold of one today. He's only 2.8K. So I like St. Louis because of the low price tags. And we're getting almost 100-degree weather day here. Another righty killer. OPS versus righties is 844. Love me some Brendan Donovan. And then Ezekiel Duran. Is this guy ever going to stop making me look good, man? He's only 2.2K. If he makes the lineup, get him in there, guys. 17, 21, 14 in his last 3. If he makes the lineup, get him in there. Jose Altuve. Houston looks good. 5.5K. Not really getting a discount here, but a lot of these guys have a great history against Dane Dunning. So if you want to be different too, a Houston stack would look pretty good. I don't think a lot of people get to him on a 15-game slate. But I've noticed when I went through the Houston batters, a lot of them have a pretty good history against Dane Dunning. And he's perfect in 2 at-bats. Jake Cronenworth, another power bat. If the winds are going to be blowing out at Wrigley, he's 5'3". And then Andreas Jimenez at 4.7's finally come back down to earth. But you know what? He's going to Coors Field. So I think he's worth a stab at 4.7. A little overpriced, but I think it's worth a stab. You got Marcus Semien at 4.6. That progression's been coming slowly but surely, right? He's pretty good against Uruguay. 5 for 13, 385 batting average, 2 singles, 2 doubles, a home run. Let's go. Uruguay is a good pitcher, but Simeon's got his number at 4.6. You can take a shot there. And then my man Chris Morel, he's come back down to earth. Unfortunately, I hate to see the money train go off the rails, man, but the wind's going to be blown out. You're getting the leadoff hitter for 4.4K. FanDuel, he's priced way the hell up over there. I'm not going to do it on FanDuel, but DraftKings, 4.4 looks pretty good. Let's see. And then Tupita Maricano from Pittsburgh, 2.4K. This kid's been leading off. Pittsburgh's been, they really have nothing to play for, so they're like, hey, let's see what this kid's got. He does way better against lefties. His OPS versus lefties way higher. But if he's going to lead off in a hot game against Mikolas, he's a ground ball pitcher. Doesn't give a lot of hard contact, but that's why I'm not so high on Pittsburgh today, because Mikolas is a legit pitcher, but he'll give up a bunch of base hits, maybe some doubles. He's good at keeping the ball on the ground. But, yeah, I'm going to take a shot. He's only 2.4, and you're going to get a leadoff hitter. Great cash play there. All right, let's go to third base. So Jose Ramirez, I'm sure, will be the chalkiest player on the slate. 6.1K in Coors Field, having an MVP season, going up against a righty. Come on, man. Jose Ramirez, 6.1. They should have priced him at like 7K to get his ownership down, but I've never seen a hitter pass like 6.5. So love Jose Ramirez. Definitely going to be a cash game play. Rafael Devers at home. I like Boston better at home. He's 5.5K. He's having a phenomenal year. 18, 20 in his last 2. Going up against Coing, too. It's just like, who the hell is this guy? Right? Who the hell is Coing for the A's? Actually, if I double check, he's a prospect. He'll be good, but just not today. Devers does do better against righties, but we'll see how long Coing lasts. Manny Machado, big bat in Wrigley Field, 5.6K. 5 for 12 against Hendricks, too. 5 singles, but if you want to get off some of that Jose Ramirez chalk, you can pivot to Manny. I don't mind it if the wind's going to be blowing out. Nolan Arenado got everybody right in the old prison pocket today with that goose egg. But I'm going to go back here, man. Lefties, righties, it doesn't matter with him. He's 5 for 13 against Wilson, 4 doubles and a homer. So nothing less against this pitcher than extra base hits, guys. So love Nolan Arenado at 5.2. John Birdie's been really consistent. He's been really good. 4.2K. This isn't a power hitter by any means, but he gets on base. He gets stolen bases. He gets RBIs. He gets doubles. So I like John Birdie going up against Alfred. You got to be super slick, do a Miami stack, right? Depending on how many lineups you're playing. I like him. The price is cheap at 4.2. Harold Castro, 3.9K. This kid's been decent. He had a decent game today with a homer. Crushes righties. I like him as a one-off, not stacking Detroit. Don't get it twisted. I'm not stacking Detroit, but 6 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer against Cease, 435 batting average, and 23 plate appearances. So Harold Castro, for some reason, knows what Cease is going to throw or just does very good against him, man. Patrick Wisdom, the wind's going to blow out at 3.7, looks pretty good for Chicago Cubs. Normally bats third. Yandy Diaz, 4K against Garrett Cole. He's done really good, too. 385 batting average. Only 1 home run, though. He's not G-Man Troy by any means against Garrett Cole, but if you want to do a little 2-man stack against Cole, I don't mind it with Yandy Diaz. And then let's go to shortstop. Let's see here. Bo Bichette, 5.5K. He's been playing like Shea, right? 8, 5, 6. His team will put up 10 runs, and somehow he'll get 8 fantasy points, man. I don't know how he does it, but 5-5, he's due. He's definitely due. I say you take a shot, especially if you're going to do a Toronto stack. Only if you're going to do a Toronto stack. I wouldn't just throw him in there like out of the blue as a one-off. And then Dansby Swanson Stake. This guy's phenomenal, man. He's 5'1". You guys remember like a month ago, he's like 3'5". Does better against lefties, but Atlanta's on fire right now. So is he. I love him again at 5'1". Let's see. I think that's going to do it for shortstop. And then outfield. So Aaron Judge, yes. Never going to talk you off of Aaron Judge. He's 6.2K. Again, I'm not a Yankees fan, guys. I just like the hat. I like the way it looks on me. Yordan Alvarez, 5.5K. Sure. Against Dane Dunning, he's 500, 3 for 6 with a homer, and he crushes righties. Juan Carlos Stanton, 5'2". Sure. 24-14 in his last two. They get it, pretty tough matchup against Kluber has been pretty solid this year. I ain't going to lie. So I'm not really rushing to stack the Yankees, but I mean, they're definitely in play. I'm not going to talk you off of them. Will they be a stack? One of my favorite stacks? No. Let's see. We already went over Oscar. Did we? No. Oscar Gonzalez, Cleveland, 2.9K. Normally bats fifth. This kid crushes righties, so he's going to get his first appearance at Coors Field. This young man, hopefully he gets 1 or 2 for you. He's definitely in play at only 2.9K. They did not price these guys up for Colorado, so I think Cleveland's going to go like you're going to see it on a 15-game slate. The ownership's going to be out of hand, way out of hand. Let's see. And then Rob Rotzfinder, 2.2K. He's been leading off for Boston. We'll see how he does at home. 2.2K for a leadoff hitter for the Boston Red Sox. Sign me up. At home, we'll see if he fares any better than he has on the road, because on the road has not been good. And then Ronald Acuna, another one, right? His team gets 10 runs, and he manages to squeak out a 3. 5.9K. Always a cash play, man. He's always so highly owned, but he does everything. Home runs, stolen bases, extra base hits, doubles, triples. He might go out there and pitch an inning. But yeah, definitely love Ronald Acuna at 5'9", especially for cash games. You guys are asking yourselves, I get the question sometimes, Skywalker, what's a cash game? Cash games are double ups, head-to-heads, 50-50s, and I highly recommend you play them. It's easy money. You're not going to win every day, but you're going to win most of your days. Kyle Tucker, 5.1K, has a great history against Dane Dunning. Remember, I was telling you that these Houston guys, man, 3 for 5, 2 singles and a homer, and he crushes righties. Mike Trout against Tony Gonsolin. I can't believe he's never faced Tony Gonsolin. But Mike Trout's always in play at 5'2". He's been phenomenal since he's come back from injury. 21, 37, and a 5. And then Buxton made us look good today. Schroeder picked him as his 2 home run call. Schroeder, he's over here cleaning himself. But he did get 1 in his first at bat. So not today, though. Not today. I like him better against lefties. Let's see here. Jerkson Profile at 4K. The wind's going to be blowing out. Yes. Christian Yelich, if he's going to continue to lead off, guys, at 4K, I don't mind him as a one-off going up against Bassett. He's only faced him 3 times, but he crushes righties, and he's also due for some progression. Brian Reynolds from Pittsburgh, 2 for 3 against Mikolas, and a homer, and a double. A double and a home run. I like it as a one-off, man. I'm not going to stack against Mikolas, but if you got, a couple Pirates in mind like I do, yeah, a 2-man stack don't look too bad at 3.8. Ian Happ, if the wind's going to be blowing out, that's what will be happening. Yes, pun intended. 3.5K. Normally bats third. We'll see where he ends up in the order, though. But like Ian Happ, if the winds are blowing out. Lourdes Gurriel, 3.4K. Again, if you're going to stack Toronto, these bottom of the order guys look pretty damn good. He's only 3-4, coming off a 13 fantasy point game. He does it all, guys. Home runs, stolen bases, doubles, singles. He might go out there and pitch an inning, but yeah, guys, 3.4K is too cheap. Let's see. And then Jack Suwinski, a third Pirate. Hey, what do you know? They're just too cheap. He's bare minimal. He's 2K. Why not take a shot? Especially if he ends up in like the top 5 of the batting order. Maybe he gets a 6th spot, but he's been pretty hot until recently. Again, it's been 4 games, right? But before that 4 games, he was on a streak. And it's going to be a hot day in St. Louis. So don't mind taking a shot there. Jesse Winker, always a good cash game play. Leadoff hitter for Seattle, 4.3K. He's just too cheap, and he has tons of progression coming. Adam Duvall. My goodness, this guy, 3.5K. You want to talk about rostering players at the bottom of the order? He's been doing better than Ronald Acuna by a lot. 30 and a 22 in his last 2. He's only 3.5K. Only bats 8th. So him, the kid, Michael, bats 9th. These 2 guys have been tearing it up. So Adam Duvall, we'll see what happens. Ozzie Albies went down. I think he broke his forearm. So he's going to be out for a while. So we'll see what this lineup looks like tomorrow. Maybe they bump Duvall and reward him, and he gets bumped up in the order. Tyler O'Neill at 3-2 looks pretty good. 3-2 actually looks really good. Let's be honest here. He's 3 for 8 against Wilson, but with 2 home runs. So St. Louis is way too cheap for the type of environment they're going to be hitting in. Way too cheap. All right, guys. So those are the players that I'm highlighting the night before. Let's take a look here. Guys, before we get into the totals, if you want to join the DFS club, that's my home, guys. That's where you get all my lineups, ownership, projections, top stacks. I do the members-only podcast 1 hour before lock, guys. We go live on the Discord. Discord only to the members, not on YouTube. And we play every single sport. We got tennis going tonight, guys. Everything. We play it all. NBA, NFL's right around the corner. NBA Summer League is first week of July. So we're already almost there. Summer League NBA is easy money. NASCAR, soccer, esports, UFC, WNBA, college sports, USFL. Click join now. Sure, click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, so I get credit. Thanks, guys. And then pick your plans. We're the cheapest in the business, guys. We made it that way on purpose. No one can mess with us, man. 450 plus members, and we're just looking to grow every single day. Bronze, silver, gold plans, 3-day passes. Everything. You get everything with every single package here. Everything I just mentioned. Every sport, everything. The only difference is the more you pay up, the more you save. That's it. We do prize picks, guys. Don't forget, we do prize picks, sports wagering. We do it all. Everything. Don't make me start doing horse racing again, guys. I'll do it. You guys remember during the COVID days, I was doing horse racing videos. We do everything, guys. DFSclub.com. Stop losing, for crying out loud. Start winning. DFSclub.com. And if you noticed, look at this. Let me bring this up here. I think I have... We're at 27 minutes, so I think let's go over the let's do it. Let's go over the totals so you guys can see real quick. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, how can I change it up? How can I get more views? Are my videos too long? Is that why? Really hard on myself, but yeah, that 250 views, I'm just like, damn, what am I doing? Am I wasting my time here? All right, so first up, we got Atlanta at Washington. Mostly cloudy, 77 degrees. 6-mile-an-hour winds really ain't nothing, so don't worry about that. 5.2 for Atlanta, 4 for Washington. Tampa Bay at the Yankees, 81 degrees, so a nice day at Yankee Stadium. 3-3 for Tampa, 4-9 for the Yankees. 4-mile-an-hour winds. Again, it doesn't look like there's any weather unless, those random storms popped up like they did today. Miami at Philly, 80 degrees. 3.9 applied for Miami, 4.8 for the Phils. Then we got Baltimore at Toronto, guys. I'm sure Toronto will be popular again. They've been so hot, man. 3.9 for Baltimore, 5.8 for Toronto. It's pretty high total for a team that's not playing in Coors Field. Then we got the Sox at Detroit. Like I said, partly cloudy, 79 degrees, 4.8 for the Sox, 3.4 for Detroit. Winds are blowing in at 8 miles an hour. Then Oakland at Boston. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston just totally went nuclear. Clear, 76 degrees. We got 3.9 for Oakland, 5.8 for Boston. That's very high. Milwaukee at the Mets, 81 degrees, clear. Great weather all around, guys. 3.7 for Milwaukee, 4.5 for the Mets. Then we got this game, Pittsburgh against St. Louis. Humid. Keyword humid. Love that word. It means home runs carry, man. 96 degrees. 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing out to left field. So keep your eyes on this, man. If this arrow starts to go in towards the outfield a little bit more, there is no way I'm fading this game. There's no way. San Diego at the Cubs. So again, humid, 90 degrees. You couldn't ask for better hitting weather here. Winds blowing out at 13 miles an hour. This is taped the night before. Sorry, guys. I just got excited. I got very excited. The winds are blowing out and it's humid and 90 degrees. I'm stacking the hell out of this game. Mostly, probably more on the San Diego side because Chicago's going to be facing Sean Manaea. The only reason why Sean Manaea didn't make the video yet because I got to see this weather, man. Houston at Texas. Houston Astros, Texas Rangers. Sorry, guys. 4.8 for Houston. 4.4 for the Rangers. Then we got Cleveland at Colorado. Probably be the most popular game on the slate. 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing in, but it's hot there. It's 86 degrees. 6.3 for Cleveland. 5 for Colorado. Arizona, I'm sure they'll close the dome. They're not going to make the fans sit out there in 101-degree heat. 4.4 for the Reds. 4.8 for Arizona. And then we got the Royals at the Giants. Clear, 62 degrees. Normal San Francisco temperature. 3.2 for Kansas City. 5 for the Giants. And then we got the Battle of L.A. You got the Angels at the Dodgers. 78 degrees. 7-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. But for some reason, man, these West Coast stadiums, it doesn't matter how windy it is. They built the stadiums where the wind doesn't really affect it. So 3.8 for the Angels. 5.4 for the Dodgers. Then we got the Minnesota Twins at the Seattle Mariners, 3.7 for the Twins, 3.9 for the Mariners. That looks like a very fadeable game there. So as you can see, lots of ways to go tomorrow for a 15-game slate, which, typically there is for such a large slate, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'll get the date right this time. It's my bad, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. We got to get these comments up, guys. Those are at an all-time low, too. I'm really starting to think, like, maybe I should just do this for the club, and that's it. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to make free videos for you guys. So keep the comments coming. Keep the likes coming. Keep the subs coming. And if you're if you're returning, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Check out the Skywalker DFS show. Don't cost you anything. I just do them because I like doing them. They're fun. I love bringing Schroeder in here and having a blast. So if you guys can do me a solid, that'd be great. Thank you guys so much. My name's Gabriel Skywalker, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.